Jimpok is trapped on Kronos, guarded by the few warriors loyal to his cause. Our recent victories have weakened his position and brought many allies to our banner. There will not be a better time to strike. As Kalish once defeated the forces of the tyrant Molor, so shall we put an end to the reign of Jimpok. Join us in the Boreth system as we prepare for glorious and honorable battle.
And, yes, we're heading back to the Boreth system. Yes, and again, this is done during the daily event. The weekly, the new event was back when it initially came out, so this time we get the Tetrium Mine Barrier, which is uses Tetrium damage, which I'll cover properly with the other one in its own video about energy torpedoes. So let's get going. Nice. This place is cleaning up pretty much well. I mean, we've got quite a few Klingons. We even got some non-Klingon captains. Because remember, Klingon Empire basically formed a somewhat very a group of enemy of Orions and Gorn and Nauticans to help out the help out the war with the Federation. So, Depar, what? Do you have anything for me?
There is a human saying: necessity is the mother of invention. After all I have experienced in this war, I have come to realize the profound wisdom in those words. Necessity drove me to create defenses against the tricks of Akar. It has driven us to work with the Elachi on defenses against a weapon that once belonged to us.
True.
It also led to the means to close mycelial rifts and restore the sanity of corrupted Elachi, to turn foes into friends.
Indeed. We gained staunch allies in the liberated Elachi.
I suppose necessity drove us to join the fight against Jempok. Although the chance to make a tidy profit was also a motivating factor. I suspect the Nausicaans, Lethians, and Pharasans felt the necessity of staying loyal to Jempok. Too bad. They're about to learn they're backing the wrong side.
A hard lesson, but one we have to teach. Oh. Martok. I'm drink with shooting buddies or not drink?
And then he said, either move, or I'm going to have to place you under arrest. Ah! A Ferengi Starfleet cadet telling 3 Klingon warriors to move. That boy had more courage than 10 of these Nukpu surrounding Jempok. Remember this. Courage comes in all sizes and shapes.
Indeed. Now that is actually Martok we call in the events of Nog trying to arrest him. Yes, and this was actually did happen in the TV show. So, indeed.
Dahar Master Kang knew this as well. When I was a child, he told me of his glorious adventures. He went into battle with brave and honorable warriors from many worlds. Humans, Trill, even Vulcans.
Yes, if I remember rightly, the Vulcans and humans were the original Enterprise crew. And Trill? I say that's Curzon and Dazir Dax.
I do not care what planet they come from. If they are here to knock Jempok from his throne, they are friends of mine. If we are victorious, I will drink with them and sing great songs of glory. And should we die, I will see them in Sto-vo-kor, and we will take our place among the honored dead.
Qapla'. And Lorel. And Kagwin and Lakshya.
As we stand ready to attack Jimpock, I am reminded of another adversary, Cole of House Cole. Like Jimpock, he craved personal power, to be the single ruler of the Empire. For a time, it seemed that he would succeed, but in the end, his arrogance led to his undoing. Such will be the fate of Jimpock today.
Yes, Pursuit of Power will not end well.
I regret following the orders of such a dishonorable leader. Fortunately, there are others who stand ready to take his place and serve the Empire well. The future holds no place for Jimpock and those like him. The only place for them is Grethor.
You may be right, but I doubt he'll seek a honorable end to this conflict.
Jimpock ordered the invasion of Gorn space and forced our king to bend the knee. Since then, we have been little more than puppets of the Empire and of Jimpock. Today, we will fight for the Empire, not as pawns, but as equals. Today, the puppets will cut the strings.
Agreed, alliance of equals is far more preferable. So, alright. Sounds like we're all ready to discuss a plan.
Warriors from many worlds, you stand ready to fight and restore the Empire. It is my honor to go into battle with you. Know this. Today, the forces of Jimpock will know defeat!
You know what you must do. Face your enemy, show them your blade, fight well, in the name of Kahless, and for the glory of the Empire!
Remember what you fight for today. All of you, no matter what world you call home, know what it means to be Klingon. If that is in your heart, and the enemy takes your life, today will be a good day to die.
Win or lose, the Klingon Empire will not soon forget this day.
Well said. All hands, report to your stations. We depart for Kronos soon. Dismiss before you return to your ship. I would speak to you.
Very well, what's on your mind?
A lot is riding on the Alachi, and their modifications to this vessel. Do they have your confidence? Your trust?
They do. Tarsef and his people will not fail us.
Let us hope so. There is one other matter. A personal request.
I'm listening.
You were at my side in Grethor. You know of the deal I made to secure Lorel's freedom. I have asked those I trust to fulfill my oath should I fall in battle. I count you among their number. If I die before ending Akar and Jempak, will you do what must be done to send them both to Grethor?
I'll do what I can, should that come to pass.
Very well. By your hand or mine, may Akar and Jempak stand before Veklar on this day.
Very well. Fight well, Matriarch.
The fleet is in position. Beam back to your ship when you are ready to proceed.
Right, let's head back.
The fleet is in position, just outside the range of enemy sensors. When the word is given, we'll go to maximum warp and travel to the assigned coordinates. Move your vessel into position when you are ready.
Understood, General. May turn out. And as you can see, there's Klingons, Gorns, Orions, House Kang, House Koraf.
The time draws near.
Yeah.
If you are prepared for battle, I will give the order to begin the invasion of Kronos.
Alright, let's go.
For honor! For glory! For the Empire! All ships have reported in. We are holding position outside the Praxis debris field. Loyalist forces are moving into defensive positions, as expected.
This is Riturena. Ready when you are.
The last time I saw Praxis, it was the first night of a full moon. Like the Empire, I thought it would last forever. And yet now, the Empire is shattered, like the moon above our homeworld.
Unlike Praxis, the Empire can be restored.
Indeed. It is our duty, and we will not fail. Attention all hands! The time has come. Begin the assault. For the Empire!
Red alert, all hands battle stations.
Yes, this is more like it. Helm, get us into knife fighting range. Tactical, full power to disruptors.
The incoming hostiles will let you. Nothingness and veracity.
Of course, the cowards sent this form to the battle like cowards.
Ha!
Lady Jamula, my thanks for bringing your fleet into range.
Well, are you going to chew ligament all day? Shut up and fight!
Wait your turn, woman. Gunner, you may fire the weapon at will.
What? All ships taking evasive action!
Put him out. You playing?
I will tear your pathetic fleet apart, Jamula. Ship by ship. One.
Yeah.
If Jimpok will not willingly fire upon us, then we must trick him into doing so.
You kidding me?
Rendezvous with the Katia and draw Genpok's fire to me!
Where's the strap? We've got quite a few bit of.
All hands, prepare to be targeted by the mycelial weapon. Brace for impact!
I told you not to fire at Jaula. Was she destroyed?
I cannot tell. Too much interference on sensors.
It worked. Tarsev's device worked.
Once more onto the breach.
Dear friend.
They just spot a jump in the in there.
The liberated Alachi are here to fight at your side, as we promised.
Glory to you, Khan. And to you. Come back!
Fight him alongside Alachi. For his honor, no bow, break all.
I believe you touched the nerve, my lord. The Christoph is decloaking for battle.
Nice.
Destroy every vessel between us and the Katinga, but leave her intact.
All vessels, fire to disable the Krista. They will not have a warrior stay.
Just breaching up. Accuracy. Ah dear.
Reading fluctuations in shield and impulse systems on the Christoph. Their weapons are still online, however. The Christoph is taking damage, but they are still in the fight. Keep up the pressure!
About anymore.
Massive system failures on the Christoph, and their main drive is leaking plasma. They are disabled.
Now,
To all warriors aboard the Christok, this is Matriarch Jaula. You are beaten. Stand down and prepare to be boarded. Surrender the tyrant Jimpak to me, and you will be shown leniency. Defend him, and you will know death.
do you think they'll surrender?
There will be no victory for you today, traitors. If I cannot have Kronos, no one will. I will detonate the very weapon that Lorel used to become Chancellor. The homeworld will become the grave of the Klingon Empire. Test me at your peril.
What weapon is he taking about Lorel?
It is called a hydrobomb. A terrorist placed it in the planet's core during the war with the Federation. Some allies acquired the detonator and gave it to me. It allowed me to give the High Council a choice. Accept my leadership, end the war, or face the destruction of Kronos.
And now Jimpak's offering us a similar choice.
He has beamed to the Great Hall and raised defensive shields. He means to dig in, wait for reinforcements, and force us to quit the field. If we push too hard, call his bluff.
We need options and fast.
I have known Jimpak longer than any of you. I have faced him in battle. I know his heart. Go to him and issue a formal challenge. His pride, his arrogance will not allow him to refuse you.
A duel to the death. The right to lead.
Sometimes the old ways are best. Face the filthy Patak, Jaula, and bury your blade in his heart.
It may be the only way.
Whatever you plan to do, I recommend haste. The IKS Targ is approaching with a fleet at high warp.
A car.
Very well. Adetpa, I want you and Cochrane to lead our forces here against Akar and his fleet. I will lead a team to First City and seek to challenge Jimpak there. As former chancellors, I would like Lorel and Martok at my side to bear witness to our honorable victory.
I'm going with you.
If that is your wish, I will not deny you. We will transport as close as we can to the Great Hall and begin the final assault from there. Kapla!
Alright, let's beam down.
Remind me to have a word with Adetpa, if we survive. This is not an ideal place to begin our attack. That smell. Worse than Feklaw's backside.
Yeah, it's certainly unique, and I can see why my crew's wearing masks now.
Under the circumstances, this was the closest she could get us to the Great Hall. Plug your nose and forge on.
What's the best route from here?
I know a path that leads to the Proving Grounds. From there, we should be able to fight our way to the Great Hall.
Good. Lead the way, General.
Listen, do you hear? The sounds of battle and bloodthirsty targs. Keep your weapons handy. The enemy is nearby.
Weapons ready? Move out.
Be wary. Around here, we have more than Jimpok's troops to worry about.
They stand to suffer under Jimpok's rule. We may have more allies here than you think, General.
True. Now. Ugh. It's gonna be this way. Moving on.
Look, dissension in the ranks. Now is the time to strike.
Take the Loyalists down while they are distracted.
Hold your fire! I am General Martok. Who do you fight for?
We are warriors of House Kang, General. We fight to restore the Empire.
Right. Nice. Right. Thank you, guys. Now, I've only, well, Scout, this is the first time Scout's been here, there are come on.
Kapla! Well fought, Orion. That Orion was leading the defense here. Let us see what he knows about enemy defenses.
Alright, give me a second, we'll... Now, good place for a drink, but generally, that's not the time. Yeah. Hello?
The Lady Jahula of House Mokai. Truly, it is an honor to meet you. Please, allow me to offer you my personal gratitude.
Gratitude? For what? I do not know you, Orion. What are you talking about?
I wondered that myself.
His name is Usan Vek, and he is a notorious pirate. I suspect he's thanking you for all the good business this war has provided him. He made the mistake of attacking some freighters carrying goods from my house. A mistake he will never make again, if he is wise.
Indeed.
Consider that lesson well learned, General. I have far better uses for my ships than to serve as target practice for the warriors of House Martok.
Reminisce later, we've got defense screens to cut through.
That's a tall order, friend. There isn't much around here that can get past those shields. Fortunately for you, I happen to have something that will. For the right price, of course.
I'm listening.
Earlier, you mentioned your gratitude. Provide us with the means to bypass the shielding, and we shall express our gratitude to you in return. Unless you prefer to deal with the Emperor.
I've seen what the Emperor does to Orions, my lady. We have a deal. Not far from here, some associates of mine are guarding a shipment of Tetrion explosives. They will knock that shielding down quite nicely. Though there is a small issue to be dealt with, I'm afraid.
Oh dear, what kind of issue?
My associates recently informed me that their position was in danger of being compromised by Imperial security. Unless you want those Tetrion lovelies in the hands of the Emperor, I'd suggest lending my people a hand. You'll find them at the following coordinates.
Ready weapons and move out.
I knew Usan Vek to be bold, but running a smuggling operation in the first city? I'm not sure if he is bold or insane.
I suspect the pirate operating in the Empire would need to be both, General.
Yeah.
Lower your weapons! Usan Vek sent us.
That Gorn is Usan Vek's enforcer. Talk to him about the explosives.
Where is it? Oh, that's... I'm not gonna bother. Mr. Gunn?
The gods told us help was on the way. Nice to see.
Oof. You don't... Working along like... It'll basically pulls out Spain. Fixing a... And run somewhere else.
The boss told us help was on the way. Nice to see he wasn't lying. Imperial security has arrested my crew pinned down inside. If you're here to help, you need to get in there.
We'll do what we can. We need those touching charges.
We can talk about such things after we save my crew. Agreed?
Agreed, let's go.
What's your aim? Would you want to blow up your prize, would you?
Indeed.
Good advice. Shoot at Imperial security forces only.
Indeed. Let's enter the warehouse. Oof. He's down. Let's pick him up. Hope he's cleared down.
Ask the Gorn to check the cargo manifest. There may not be enough here to get the job done.
Let's talk about the detection charges.
According to the cargo manifest, all of the Tetrion charges are in here. Is it a problem?
There may be not enough for what we need to do.
What are you trying to do? There's enough Tetrion in here to blow up a dreadnought.
We need to knock down the children around the Great Hall.
I see. You'll need to hit it at a weak point. Cause enough of a surge to overload the primary emitters and the backup grid.
Makes sense. Any recommendations?
Scanning. Found one. Courtyard side entrance, not far from here. It's a narrower approach. Less need to repel firepower of the same magnitude as the front gates.
That's where we hit it then.
Very well. Secure the charges and prepare for battle. We must not fail now.
Let's get what we need and move out.
The battle is won. Gather the Tetrion charges while you can.
We'll check in this one. $50, but that's 20 of them. Well, that's just 5 of them. Another 5 in here. Note 30. Tetrions are really good at knocking down shields. If you have a Tetrion weapon in space, you will always knock down.
We've got what we came for. Let's go.
Right, so let's get going there. Exit the warehouse. We'll take this stairs up, and we head back through here. Okay.
Over there, by that field. Place the charges there. Quickly, set the Tetrion charges.
And I forgot my glasses, sunglasses this time.
Charges in place. Now, get to a safe distance and detonate them.
Not particularly boomy, but very flashy and very shieldy movie. And incoming warriors. Right, I need to get out of a Pavone crystal then. There's just one here. And you two need...
Reinforcements are beaming in. Prepare for battle.
Indeed, so.
The disciples of Nana. Watch out for their nanopulse weapons.
Like the wind, I do not respect a fool. And there are many of them asking to dance on my blade. Good.
Oh dear, he's running the... He ran out, someone's running out, so... Oh dear. You gotta be kidding me.
Lady Jahula, the Emperor awaits you in the Great Hall. Face him, if you have the spine for it.
Go. Do what must be done.
Need to return to the Rotaran. Join the fight there. From one ex-chancellor to another. Use it well.
Come. We have business within the Great Hall.
Right. So...
Do you miss this place, Mother? This is as close as you'll get to being Chancellor again, I'm afraid.
You are blocking my path, lackey. Make way!
Arrogant, misbegotten clone! Janchu! Your path ends here. You will not save her. Jahula will die on the Emperor's blade.
Those force fields are blocking our way. Destroy the emitters in the walls to bring them down.
Right. He's going to probably run off now.
So many fools, all eager to fight in a burning house. Ha ha!
I forgot to mention, this is my anti-bug rifle. One of them. And the vent rifle is actually Tetrion. As well as every other type. You've got to be kidding me. Got two up there. And
But you will go no further.
These emitters have shields. Disable them with your tricord, then destroy the emitters.
you got to be kidding me. Got
Time is your true enemy. I have plenty of it, but your Ula has but a few dregs remaining.
not good. Those things just following me.
This is where you fail. You will never get past me.
You should have stayed in your own time, barbarian. There is no place for you in my empire.
Did we you old fool? The only place for you is Grephar. You will be there soon enough.
Initiate transport immediately.
Adet Pa, we need to block the car's personal transport.
Have you tried shooting him before he
We know he runs at the first sign of terror attack. We need to prevent that.
Understood. I need his transporter. With that, I can block him. When you transport him, scan the area on the left. A few scans should provide complete victory.
I admire your perseverance. Though, is becoming annoying! Energize! Now!
Quick! Scan his transporter.
Well done. Give me 2 more and I will shut that down.
I see fools remain while the house burns to ashes. Pathetic! Ah, ah!
Yes. So we need punch, kick.
Ah! Jolly troop!
Quick! Scan his transporter signature.
Two scans done. 1 more, and his running days are over.
There is still fight in you. Ah. Still your blood boils. No. Not this time. Energize!
Quick! Scan his transporter signature.
Signature got.
Got him! Locked him out of his own transport. Send him screaming to Grephar!
You are brave. And it is the brave ones who died. Oh.
I'm fighting you barehanded. Actually, not. I've got.
What have you done?
Give my regards to Factor!
You cannot win. I will not allow it. You shall never rule. Talk pa, talk be.
Not to be.
They will never follow you.
I believe this belongs to you now.
No. It is not my destiny. It belongs in your hand as Chancellor.
Rech Klingon Wuchtach Judge!
Ian, you've had times a bit too early. So, Chancellor Llewell?
The Sword of Kalish. In my time, most believe it was a thing of legend, of myth. I will not dishonor this sacred weapon. Its legacy will not be tarnished by my hand. I swear it.
Of that, I have no doubt, Chancellor.
May it be a reminder in the days to come, as we rebuild what was broken and replace what was lost. A reminder of all that is great within the Empire.
Indeed.
Reforging the Empire will be a challenge, but one worthy of Kalish and all who dwell with him in Sto-vo-kor. Fortunately, we are Klingon. We live for such a challenge.
Kapla.
2 weeks have passed since the fall of Jempok. Our wounds heal. The honored dead have joined their ancestors in Sto-vo-kor. Order has returned to the Empire. Rebuilding what was broken or lost has begun. There is more to be done. But first, we will celebrate our hard-fought victory.
So, let's have a chat with some people who are in the in this place. So, with Quinn is Tarsev and Roman dignitary, a Dominion dignitary, and quite a few other people. So, Tarsev?
There are more like me among the liberated Alachi. Some prefer life within the mycelial network, but others would like to return to their former lives when the time is right.
Are you one of them, Tarsev?
Not at this time. The Alliance has asked me to represent the liberated Alachi. As an ambassador, I will be able to forge a new future for my people, and to protect the sanctity of the mycelial network. Perhaps in the future, I will return to a life among the Romulan people. But for now, my place is with the Alachi.
Congratulations. I know what you'll do is right for them, Ambassador. Now, Kagrin. Now we've got... we've quite a few Klingons and ambassadors and even Chairman Center.
Despite a return to stability within the Empire, the Alliance must stand ready to provide assistance in the rebuilding effort here.
I agree. The Alliance must not turn the backs on the Klingons.
We cannot afford another Jempok. The tragedy of Kithamer or worse could happen again. Especially if such a tyrant turned their eyes on the Federation or the Republic. Even the Dominion could be threatened by such a ruler.
I trust the Alliance leaders to find wisdom on this matter. They cannot afford to. And just see if anyone else is over here. We've got Worf, Captain Cohen, a couple of other people, and including Jerome Bennett. So, Martok, after the joke.
I, for one, do not recommend running from a wave of mycelial destruction, no matter what age you are. It is not a pleasant experience, I can assure you.
Don't believe you have more lives than Grisneck, General.
Indeed. Grethar holds a number of fools who thought they would be the end of me. There are two, in particular, I'm glad to be rid of on this day.
Jimpuck and Akar?
Yes, though I am pleased that their deaths led to Galron's release from Grethor. Now he resides with Kalis in Stovakor, and I have no doubt Feklar is glad to be rid of him. That wild-eyed schemer was probably well on his way to taking charge of the place when he was released.
Oh, yeah. I expect he'll keep Kalis on his toes from now on. Yeah. Now... That panda is... and... well... the Kings and the rest of the crew and a couple of Orions. That far. How's things going?
When I was living a hermit's life on Nimbus 3, I thought I had seen it all. On that, I was greatly mistaken. Civil war within the Empire, the return of Lorel, even a battle with giant cybernetic reptile.
Not to mention all the permutations of Akar's virus.
Yes, but in the end, he was too clever for his own good. Dealing with his tricks gave me insight on his computer security. With that knowledge, I was able to trap him on Kronos, where he was dealt with once and for all. Well done, by the way.
And I did what was necessary. And so also everyone over here besides our guys. We've got Captain Malone of the Pathfinder. Yeah, you never shy away from a good drink, don't you, Tom?
Much has changed since my first time as Chancellor, and much has remained the same. I am already besieged with requests and calls for favor from many houses, great and small. Fortunately, I shall have the assistance of the latest torchbearer as we move forward and restore the Empire.
Torchbearer, that's quite the honor, Julia.
Indeed. As other torchbearers before me, it will be my role to act as an advisor to the Chancellor. And, if necessary, to get my hands dirty where she cannot. It is my intention to serve her and the Empire to the best of my ability. We began as adversaries. Our conflict brought us to this time, and it has been a strange journey since, for us both. I do not expect absolution for my actions during the war. I will say that your captain was an honorable man, and that I believe he would be proud of the officer you have become. Without you, the Empire would have been lost. For your role in the conflict, you have my respect and my thanks.
Thank you. Keep working the path on that, Julia. Now, that last line, last lines, was pure because Scarlet is a discovery captain, not because she's a because that line will pop up. There'll be a different line if she was not a Discovery Federation captain. Now I think we should head out because it's almost an hour. So I'd beam back to the ship.
The event has concluded. You may beam back to your ship at your leisure.
Yeah, let's go.
Once more, I stand for the Empire as its Chancellor. It is a singular honor, and I will lead by example in the days to come. There is much to be done, but we will meet every challenge and emerge victorious, for we are Klingon! Klingon Mach Tach Judge! You have been an honorable ally, and your name will be remembered in songs and tales forevermore. Glory to you and your house. Qapla'!
And with this, I think we have done the Klingon War. The Klingon Civil War. Now, this really does bring the thing is, this might be the last time we see Skeletor on the storyline for a long while, but it's purely because this could be is a really end of everything. And do you remember remember talking about those Tetrium bombs earlier? We're going to pick one of these up. Now, if I remember rightly about mine barriers, they're going to be a bit of fun to try out. I think we've got just enough time to try it out. And as I said, there's not much pick and choose from this one. I think it's going to be a bit more fun just to show this one off. Welcome to the Deferi Invasion Zone. Now, this is going to be a place where where I do a lot of the ground, some of the ground showing up stuff, and partly because our target test dummies are usually are quite limited on stuff. So we'll bring in our man barrier, and it's now equipped to my 4 key. So I'll quickly make sure we picked up any missions that we've got here, but we won't be covering that too much. As we won't be covering it all, we're just going to rush in and find a good spot to drop our mines. Now, the mines are very much a place it and leave it. There they are. Now, they take a few seconds to arm, and then they'll trigger quite happily. Now, we just need to find. You can use it as for traps, as long as you can find someone to work up against for you. But I'm trying to find it. So let's try. But yes, it is very, very much a. And you can see 3, 2, 1. And they'll do that quite a few times. Probably just that. And it doesn't look like it counts as a Tetrium weapon base. Look at this. Got a pile of enemies coming in. I'm just going to stand here. And there's boom, boom. The problem is it's a bit long on the recharge. However, you can change that recharge time if you are your character can equip a certain type of damage. You can, if you depend on your choice of gear, you can boost up your kick recharge times. But this is just really to show it show the actual thing off doing its job. I mean, they won't kill everything in one shot, but it will take down the low file bog at the time. But this is Beam Shot Writer, and we won't be here for a long while. But next time, Scarlet will be doing Sunrise.